Who are the last 3 women standing on this season of The Bachelor? Stay tuned to find out. But first, welcome back to Shared News. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on any news updates. The season started off with 25 women, and it has quickly dwindled down to the final 3 women standing. This season has truly flown by. In March 3rd's episode, it was the famous Hometowns Week, where Grant met the 4 families of Juliana, Latia, Zoe, and Dina. The visit went pretty smooth overall. Juliana's dad mentioned that he loved the guy, and her extended family welcomed Grant with warmth. However, Juliana's sister was concerned she might get hurt, and Juliana herself began to have doubts after a conversation with her dad. Afterward, Grant did confess he was falling for Juliana, and she admitted she is falling in love right back. For Latia, heading into the Hometowns visit, she felt the pressure. If Grant didn't get along with her family, it could be a deal breaker. Grant was just as anxious, admitting he had limited knowledge of the Mormon faith and was unsure how he would be received. Upon arriving at the Wyoming Lodge, they were welcomed by what Grant described as a huge family. Fortunately, he found reassurance from Latia's mom and stepdad, who made it clear that conversion wasn't a requirement for acceptance. His own faith was enough. Latia spilled to her grandfather that she loves this man and later told him she is falling in love with Grant. Grant reciprocated his feelings. In the 3rd visit, Zoe shared that Grant wouldn't be meeting her adoptive parents, but she did introduce him to her aunt and uncle, her sister, Faith, and her friends. During that date, Zoe's family expressed doubts about whether she and Grant had built a strong enough bond. Her aunt Charisse acknowledged their growing connection, but felt there was still more to uncover. Meanwhile, Faith questioned why they hadn't spent that one-on-one time together. Despite the concerns, Zoe left the date feeling hopeful. Lastly, Grant visits Dina. Dina comes from a large family of 11 siblings, to be exact. However, at the start of the episode, she revealed that her father strongly opposed the idea of The Bachelor and would not be meeting Grant. Though disappointed, Grant proceeds with meeting her friends. Dina becomes emotional upon seeing them, which shows Grant just how much this moment means to her. Grant admits that not meeting Dina's family is a concern when it comes to proposing, and is possibly a deal breaker. Because of this reason, Grant ends up sending Dina home. This was a tricky decision, but I think Grant made the right decision. Dina revealed to Parade in an exclusive interview the real reason her folks and 11 siblings didn't share in the hometown visit with Grant. Dina said, quote, "My dad was actually for it. He thought that it was an interesting experiment. It intrigued him, but he later claims that he didn't know there was an engagement at the end. He was like, how could a guy go from dating 25 girls in such a short period of time and make that type of commitment at the end of this? It just didn't sit well with him. And also, he wasn't actually familiar with the dynamics of the show. He didn't realize that there's a camera the whole time. In his mind, he's like, I'm this figure in the church, and it's important that he keeps a certain example for other families. So he thought the show was something it wasn't, and that's my fault for not explaining it. I kind of told my dad the basics. It's a guy, and he's a great guy, and he's got this, and that going for him, and he's just looking for his person, and it's a little bit of an experiment. I might have glossed over the engagement part. I know, I told him, but we weren't going into great detail. He was like, oh yeah, that sounds great. You're going to be able to have an adventure and learn a lot about yourself. Hopefully you come home really happy with a man." She said it was hard to inform everyone what The Bachelor entailed, and admits she didn't prepare them enough. So the final 3 women standing are Zoe, Latia, and Juliana. The Bachelor episodes air Mondays on ABC, and you can stream on Hulu the next day. Alright, that's all I have to share with you guys today. Don't forget to please like this video, subscribe, or follow our channel to stay up to date on all the latest from Bachelor Nation. I'm your host, Hiba Berry. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.